These are the top 10 best cars to snipe in Forza Horizon 5 as of 2025 to make millions of credits and or just get some of the rarest cars in the game that you probably don't already have in your collection. So first off, let's go and head to the main festival playlist, which is always the best place to snipe cars over your house or home in Forza, given the auction house loads slightly quicker. Now the first car I'll be talking about will of course be the very highly anticipated or highly desirable Porsche 911 Turbo S. Here it is, the 911 Turbo S 2023. When you first start the auction house, you'll pretty much always see none of these. Virtually all of the cars on this list I'll be talking about are ultra rare. You'll never see any of these pop up very casually, and if you do, it's either going to be for a very high price tag or it's going to be something very low you can get in the middle of and snipe. And often the most likely exchanges these cars being listed up in the auction house, which you can have an opportunity to snipe, are people simply trying to give them away to their friend. Let's say that you're on this online at the same time as me and I want to try to give you one of these cars, and we list it up, you're there ready to snipe it, and if someone else is in the middle ready to snipe it off you, they'll be able to get a very good deal at just 200,000 to 300,000 credits. That's pretty much how sniping works, and if they're ready to get it quick enough, they'll have a very good chance at doing so. Now of course another car that's very good to snipe, similarly to the Porsche 911 Turbo S, is also going to be the 911 GT3 RS. These cars right now are ultra rare and ultra difficult to get. Now there's a very good chance these progressively will be added to the backstage pass over time, but until then they're definitely making it some of the rarest cars in the game. Now, as an example, you guys can see I've got numerous of each of these cars I'll be talking about throughout the course of this video. These are the reference point, the past few ones we've been talking about, and pretty much every single car in the game, and we'll be getting into that as the video goes on. But those are two very good Porsches, certainly worth trying to snipe in Forza. Whether it's for your own personal collection, you're simply trying to get these, or you just want to get them to resell, both of them have very good potential. They're not too exposed or saturated like other cars that have been added to the festival playlist, so you definitely have a very good chance of getting those. Now, the next up is going to be the BMW M5 CS. Now, this car is a little bit ambiguous to find based on the fact there are various different models, which can make it pretty good if you know exactly what you're looking for. This is the exact one we're talking about, the 2022 M5 CS. This car is pretty much one of the rarest cars in the entire game at this point. As you guys can see, as soon as you load, you can see none of these pop up again. All of these are extremely rare and exclusive to be able to get, and then it'll just go as a repeating trend throughout the course of this list. But the BMW M5 2022, if you guys have all these cars in your garage, or at least comment down below how many of these you do, because I doubt all of you have all of them, or many of you have all of them. Very difficult and rare to obtain. This is another example of one that's extremely difficult to get, the 2003 Ford Mustang SVT Cobra. Definitely making a very good position on this list, super hard to obtain, extremely exclusive. Now the recurring trend of pretty much all these cars is that they've only ever been periodically or briefly added to the game via previous Horizon Festival playlist series, and if you guys weren't playing the game at the time to be able to get one of these, well, it's very difficult to get them now because so little people are selling them, and those that are, it's still very competitive to be able to snipe them. Now next up, we have the Ford Bronco, but not the regular one. It's actually the Bronco Raptor. This one is very difficult to get. There are quite a few Broncos, so it can get confusing, but the Bronco Raptor is definitely the one you guys are wanting to try to get on this list. Now the next one I'm talking about is of course going to be the car that you can see I'm currently driving, or was at least for the intro, is of course going to be the Chevrolet Pro Stock Camaro, the fastest drag car in the entire game. Definitely super desirable to go in and get. And in fact, I made a video about how to get this car a while ago, and I said that for every 150 likes that video got, I'll go in and give away 3 of them. And since then, the video's got over 4,000 likes, and I've given away over 66 of them. So if you guys want to check out that channel or that video, I'm still giving them away, so I'd recommend checking it out. And just quickly, most of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel, so if you want to help us hit 150k and stay up to date with the best Forza glitches, content, news, and more, be sure to tap that button. It really helps out a lot. And if you're wondering how I have so many of these cars to give away, well, for example, you've seen I've got every single car in the game. If you see I've got the highest level in the game and even 300 million skill points in the game, you guys might want to go in and check out the bio on my channel to learn more, because you guys can get the same to you instantly, whether it's a billion credits, a billion super wheel spins, or whatever you want for Xbox, PC, and PS5, all of which is secure to do with over 15,000 Trustpilot reviews. But the next car we'll be covering is, of course, the Mercedes AMG GT Black Series. The first one here is going to be the one we're looking for. None of these in the auction house yet again. You guys can see it's been a recurring trend. In the past, I've made videos about cars that are the best to snipe, and oftentimes they haven't always been super rare, because sometimes there's semi-rare cars that are good to snipe as well, because they're easy to get and very good to resell. But this time, we're looking at the rarest cars in the entire game, and definitely for a good reason. Now, the next car is going to be the Dodge Challenger, or in full, the Dodge 2022 Challenger SRT Superstock, a pretty crazy car, not quite as obtainable or desirable as the Pro Stock, although it has Superstock in the name. Still a very good one, definitely one that makes its list or spot in this list pretty easily. And again, quite a few of these are rare as well. The Durango is relatively rare, not quite as rare as the the super stock, but definitely one that's worth sniping. And the next one, this is probably going to be the easiest car out of all these to snipe, despite the fact that it's still difficult to get, is going to be the Ferrari SF90 Stradale, because it's been added in the game quite a number of times, so around 3 or 4 times in total. There are definitely a lot more of these in circulation, but despite that, still ultra rare to get, ultra difficult to come across, and if you do manage to get one of these, it's an easy guaranteed $20 million resell. Now, the final car I'll be showing throughout the course of this video is, of course, going to be a Cadillac, specifically the 2022 CT5V. Now, as a second note, the CT4V, is also pretty equally rare to get, also pretty equally good to snipe. They're released at a very similar time to each other, so these are 2 cars I definitely recommend you can try and get. But again, guys, out of these 10 cars I've named, or 11 in total, including the CT4V, comment down below how many of these you have. I'd be surprised if any of you have all these, and if you did, it's probably because you're one of the people with 100 million super wheel spins, because we've helped you out. And to learn more, go and check out my channel, like and subscribe to stay tuned.